Hello and welcome to Let the People Know. I'm your host, Jeannine Lesante, and today we are back at Marian Catholic High School. And we have been informing you over the last several months about why Marian, what Marian does for Catholic education. Again, it's an investment in your child's future and their present, because what they learn here in Marian is not just about what's in the books, but it's about their faith, it's about their family, it's about tradition. And today we are going to hear from the principal, Mrs. Jean Susko. We have a new faculty member joining us. We're going to talk about building improvements that are happening throughout the summertime here at Marian while the kids are off of school, I should say. Marian is busy preparing for the upcoming school year. So we'll talk about that. We'll meet the director of studies, we'll meet the guidance counselor, and what about bullying? I know a lot of parents have concerns about bullying inside school, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to address that here on how we combat that here at Marian Catholic High School. We have changes to the curriculum that you will be excited about. We have a STEM program. We are bringing back music and arts full-time all year round. And we have classes that students can now take that will count for college credits. So keep it right here on SSP TV. You're watching Let the People Know, and we will be right back. And welcome back to Let the People Know here on SSP TV. I am at Marian Catholic High School, and we're eager to tell you about all of the wonderful improvements going on here. I'm with Mrs. Jean Susko, the principal, and we have a brand new faculty member who we're going to also speak with, Dr. Lechleitner, and we are happy to have you guys on the program with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
So you've had a busy summer. It's supposed to be the downtime, and we were talking off camera, and it's been nothing short of busy here.
We have a lot of different things going on here at Marian in terms of our building improvements. We are finishing up our STEM lab area that we had worked on last summer. We are expanding our makerspace. So our virtual classroom that served as the makerspace and the virtual classroom is also now going to be just the virtual classroom, where we're going to add some additional computers, and all of the makerspace items are being moved to a larger area. The computer lab that had been in this location is now being relocated. Our library is being redone, and it's becoming a business center. Our library is being moved to what we're going to be enhancing and calling a library center, and it'll be in a different location in the building as well. We appreciate everyone who has given donations or has helped us to create those areas to be what they are.
Okay. The library. I know the library used to be a traditional library. Where is the library moving to, and what's going to go in that spot?
So the library, we had gone through everything that was in the traditional library, and we have relocated books based upon the content area. So for example, American history had been moved to American history class. Certain items and books that we know are being checked out, if it's just for leisurely reading and so forth, is being moved to what was formerly room 200, is now going to become the library center. So there'll still be an area for students to go in when they have their app in their schedule, which is an academic prep period, and they'll be able to go in and either work on computers and or sit and read a magazine. There'll still be those type of things available for checkout.
Very good. We're just updating it into using technology and how students are now using libraries.
And so then the business center is going to offer an opportunity for not just business classes, but also another area for other academic areas as well, where teachers can go in and utilize that area with the technology available.
How do we come up with the improvements that we are going to make each year? Is that through the board?
We have a facilities committee of the board who does work together. They also did a needs assessment a few years back prior to my arriving to Marian, and from that group and the advancement group work real hard together to be able to try to find ways to fund what is needed. Mm-hmm. And so when we're looking at different things for what is in the future, we're looking at more bathroom improvements, but we're also eventually working our way towards the stage and the what would be considered our auditorium area, the gymnasium, as well as for some additional improvements for the future.
Okay, so people who are giving to the capital campaign and the annual campaign, can you explain the difference between both of those?
Yes. The capital campaign does take care of the building projects, and so as we are accepting donations for the capital campaign, and those donations are ongoing just like the annual campaign, and we send different notices out at different times and also send out booklets to show you what we're working on. We are recognizing the fact that capital campaign goes to building improvements, and that annual fund has some different categories, of which includes daily operations, tuition assistance. We also have some unrestricted money that can be designated for any particular area, as well as technology.
Yes, so if you are giving money, you can actually be specific as to where you want that money to go?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have booklets that are out or coming out, the Giving Book. What is that?
Yes. So annually, when the year closes for the school year, which is at the end of June 30th, in the month of July and the beginning of August, we're always preparing the Giving Book that we send out to all people who have donated on some level, and it gives them a reflection of what was received and also how some of the money is being utilized.
Okay, we have really rekindled the Alumni Association. So if you are an alumni member, please join them on Facebook and connect with our Facebook page so we could keep continually growing the alumni community.
Yes, and at the end of the spring, that was definitely a big surge where we started to send information out to try to reach to as many as possible. So as you had said, that we can rekindle that growth of, who's in our alumni bank and, how do we reach you?
Yes, if you have maybe an address change or your name change, please let us know so we can keep updating the database. We have been working on a brand new website, and that's important not only for people that come to Marian, but also for the community.
Yes. The new website is certainly an enhanced website, which gives you a great opportunity to navigate for just about anything you might possibly need, whether you are a student, a parent, a staff member, a community member, an alumni, a donor, whatever it may be. I'm pretty sure you'll find just about everything there that you want. If you're a prospective parent, we've certainly put in some easier ways for you to navigate to be able to request to come in and visit the building and take a tour and or get additional information as well.
Yeah, it's fun. You can even shop. If you shop Amazon, you can actually support our school just by shopping on Amazon. You can get the details on our Facebook page. It's Amazon Smile. So when you go to Amazon and you shop, you go to Amazon Smile, you search for Marian High School. We're under Marian High School. Just make sure it's Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. And a percentage of what you're spending through Amazon is actually given back to the school.
Yes.
So that's easy money right there. And Dr. Lech, as I like to call her, our new faculty member, she's very excited about this because you use Amazon a lot, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mrs. Susko, would you like to introduce our new faculty member?
Yes.
Okay.
So Dr. Lechleitner had been with us for a little bit at the end of the spring, where she helped us to fill in for an English teacher that has left. She has now been officially hired as our new English teacher at Marian Catholic High School. And so I'll give you an opportunity to talk a little bit with her.
Very good. So thank you for joining us. Congratulations. I met you before because I was in the classroom taking some photos. Yes. And it was funny because she said, I don't know if you want to take my picture because I'm not here full time. And I said, oh, we'll take your picture. And it was good luck. So now you have full time, right?
It was like a welcome to the family.
Who knows what the show will do for you? So tell us a little bit about your background first.
Okay, great. So my background is I grew up in Lake Otto.
Okay.
I'm married, and my husband and I are fortunate to have a 2-year-old, and we now have a house in Lake Otto. Okay. So I'm very close to the school, which makes it nice for getting here early and kind of being able to stay a little bit later. So that's nice for the students. After graduation from high school, I attended Susquehanna University. I majored in history. I thought I was going to be my father at that point, but now I grew up and I decided to be my own person. So I went to Marywood. I have a communication degree from Marywood, and I also have a degree in human development from Marywood. So that's where I get my doctor, my PhD from. And I think that human development fits really well with Marian in the sense of it allows people the freedom to go out and figure out who they want to be, how they want to live, which is, I think, a lot about what the tradition and the foundation of Marian Catholic can provide students with.
And you were here throughout last year, so how has that experience been for you? And what can you tell the community and people who may not have visited Marian just yet?
Right, so I really enjoyed working here the last 9 weeks, the last quarter last year. And what's going to be interesting for me, and I'm excited about, is last year I was with the juniors, and this year I'll be with the seniors.
All right.
So it's really great for me to kind of know some of those students and have some familiar faces. And we also did a project last year that I'm going to build on this year with them, which was a project about a theory. And so they're going to continue with that project next year, and we're going to look at the human development side, where they're going to be picking a disadvantaged population and looking at how that theory could help them to serve that population. So again, that fits in our foundation at Marian with teaching students how to go out and live in the world and to help and serve other people. So I'm really excited with that project, and I'm excited to be back.
We should mention that we have small classroom sizes, so that's a benefit to teachers as well.
It's a huge benefit to teachers. I knew my students, all of my students' names, I would say within the first week or two, and it's great now that I'm coming back again. I actually know the personalities of the students. I know some of their strengths, I know their weaknesses, and I always tell the students, you know, understanding what you might be weak in is a good thing, because now we can build on that and we can only make you stronger. One of the things I also do is I have them do a reflective writing assignment at the end of each week, and that's really helpful in the sense of helping students to identify what have you learned in this week and what can you build upon and improve for the next week.
And there's also some room, and Mrs. Susko, you can probably add to this, as far as the advantage of that small classroom environment where students really get that one-on-one attention. It helps with learning, the ability to learn.
Right. The one-on-one attention is obvious in that they do have the teacher watching out for their best interests to try to see what they need to do to strengthen their skills, maybe to work with them when it comes to finalizing or editing things. They have more of an opportunity to work with them based on the class size.
Well, congratulations and welcome full-time to Marian. I know you're not that much of a newbie because you were here the last few weeks of the last semester, I should say school year, but now you're full-time.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Well,
Thank
welcome.
you.
And Mrs. Susko, was there anything in closing that you wanted to talk about that we didn't hit on yet?
I just want to share that we are hiring a total of 2 new English teachers for the upcoming year, as well as a mathematics teacher.
Okay, and that's still in progress, so if you know of anyone, you could actually send your applications here.
Mathematics teacher, we are still actively looking for the math teacher.
Very good. Again, join us on the website page because, again, a lot of time was spent on that and there's a lot of information. Most of your questions you can probably get answered by just going to the website. And when we come back, we are going to be speaking with the Director of Studies and the Guidance Counselor here at Marian Catholic High School. So stay with us here on Let the People Know. And welcome back to Let the People Know. I am here at Marian Catholic High School, and we heard from the principal. We also heard from a new faculty member, and now we are going to talk about curriculum. The investment you make in your child is worth it here at Marian. We're with Mrs. Sheer. She has been here forever. We have Miss Dunn with us, and she's been a student here. So we have people who really know Marian Catholic High School. So thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having us. What I'd like to address today is our changes in curriculum for our new school year. I have some points I want to make. First of all, we're switching to a waterfall schedule this year.
I'm very excited about that.
Are you?
Yes.
Our students are also.
Explain to people what that is.
Our students are excited about that also. We're going to be rotating classes every day, so the teachers will not meet their students at the same period every day as we did in the past. And this is leaving a lot of room so our students do not have to miss the same class every day if they have to leave for sporting events. So that's why our students are so excited about that schedule.
I have an incoming freshman student coming in. My son, Mason, is starting here. My daughter, Alyssa, is going to be a sophomore, but Mason plays golf. And that was one of my main concerns was I know that they have to leave class early. So when you said waterfall schedule, I was really, really happy. He was too, because he didn't want to miss the same class over and over again. So I think you'll see a lot of kids excited and maybe more kids even signing up for all the sports events.
That's what we're looking forward to, and we hope other parents feel the same way.
Nice.
The next thing that I would like to address is our dual enrollment classes. We are working with Lehigh Carbon Community College, and we've had in the past a college algebra class and a prob and stats class that our students, our seniors, are able to get dual enrollment credits for. This year we're looking to add math and English to that, so we're working with LTRIC to do that for our additional classes in math and English. That way our seniors leave here with college credits, even if the colleges, and there's very few that don't accept them, but even if the colleges don't accept them, to get accepted into a college, they see that they have experience in college courses, it really adds an advantage to them.
Now, does that also help with their grade point average?
Yes, depending on whether the class is a college prep class, an honors class, or an AP class. We've had students do dual enrollment. Well, actually, they did them as requested electives, but the quality points are added in, depending on the level.
And that's something that they have to, of course, they have to test for and, you know, and qualify for.
Yes,
as for when you're making the schedule?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Which brings me to the next level of options that we have. 2 years ago, I began offering what's called a requested elective. And I did that because alum come back from the different colleges and tell us what their experiences are in college. And a lot of the colleges are now having students taking classes online. So we decided to work with a company called Eduseer, and we offer requested electives. So if a student is thinking of going into criminology, they could take a criminology course, a pre-law course as a senior, and again, they have to meet requirements. We have a student who took sign language. We have one this year signed up for theater. They can do AP, honors, or CP work, and it could be a semester or a year. It has been giving us great results. We had one student do micro and macroeconomics AP and got the credits for college in it. So
that's amazing. And you're also saving then on those college courses.
Absolutely. They do not need to retake them in college.
Very good.
Our next program that I would like to address is our Music and Arts Department. Because of our waterfall schedule this year, we're now actually able to offer music an entire year. So our music teacher is now going to be teaching a class other than an elective for our students that they could actually sign to be in a music class all year, which we've never had the room for in our schedule, but because of this waterfall schedule, they're able to do that. Okay. The next program that has exploded here at Marian is our STEM program. We had STEM labs put in last year, and we had a few kids take it to see how it would go. 35% of our students requested STEM this year.
Wow.
So it's going to definitely be part of a curriculum.
Explain to parents who are new to STEM, what exactly is STEM? STEM
is where we're taking projects, academic projects, and bringing them into the classroom, and the teacher does it interdisciplinary. He'll teach them a math lesson, he'll teach them a science lesson, they'll build, we have a 3D printer, and the program got so big this year with requests that I went to our board, and they're actually doing a STEM lab here at school.
That's awesome.
A huge one this year.
So we've seen a lot of expansion. Again, students might be off for the summer, but at Marian, you've been working very hard throughout the summer to get things new and improved for the upcoming year, using the money that has been donated to the school to make these improvements, which we heard about from Mrs. Susko earlier. But again, all that money is either coming back here to maintain, like we have bills at home to maintain our homes, you know, to pay for the light, to pay for all of the things that make our building run, or you have the capital campaign where you're seeing major improvements being done that are benefiting our students. So was there another program?
One last thing I wanted to, our theology program is obviously the foundation of our school. Our theology classes are on the bottom floor of our school. So whenever I take parents around to see the building, I always tell them we have theology in the basement for a reason, because it's the foundation of our school. So this year, as in the past, our chaplain, Father Miller, is going to run classes in the chapel with all the theology classes from all the different periods on First Fridays. There'll be exposition, and then he will deal with a particular concept that's in the liturgical season of the Catholic Church.
Let me ask you something. Students that are involved in their churches with either being an altar server, can they actually be a cantor here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cantor, when you say Cantor.
So they can be involved
Absolutely.
with church here at school, and that counts actually towards their community service.
The theology departments will send papers around and ask the students who want to read, who want to serve throughout the year. There's a schedule posted, and I am really impressed with the kids who signed to do that. When I go down to that room to make sure they're there, they're always there and ready and waiting.
Good.
And we have a rock music ministry which adds to each one of our masses. We go out to our partner schools and we do a mass every year in each one of our partner school churches. And we sometimes get invited to some of the local parishes also, so we're real proud of that program also.
Yes, we are. All right, well, Mrs. Sheer can talk a lot because she actually does a lot of roles here at Marian Catholic High School. But Ms. Dunn actually went to school here. She looks like she still goes to school here, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
But thanks for joining us on Let the People Know as we tell people each month about different aspects of this great school that we have here located in Tamaqua. So you're the guidance counselor.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so what exactly do you do? How do you help our students as they move through freshman year to senior year?
There are a lot of responsibilities that I cover here. I always tell the students and the parents that I cover what's considered the case concerns, which is college and career, academics, social, and emotional concerns of the students. So it's a pretty broad spectrum. I definitely see all grade levels for all of those concerns because I am the only counselor here in the school. There is a large focus on career and college development. However, I note that that's not every student's future. Marian traditionally is a four-year university-bound high school, which we always encourage. We have a lot of students who go pre-med, education, criminal justice, engineering, but we have so many students who choose a different path. And our goal is in the best interest of each student's individual roadmap to success. So whether that means trade or technical school, whether that means military, we are always supportive of what their individual dream is and how we can nurture that in them.
Now I'm going to speak as a mom for 2 seconds. I know that education is important and we're looking at getting these students prepared for the next step after high school. But when they're in school, they have to deal with things like emotional issues and maybe bullying. So how do we combat bullying here at Marian?
Bullying is unfortunately a huge issue, and it's always been a big issue, but I think now with all the technology, Instagram, Snapchat, all of the social media, it's become even more prominent in every school. So I look at bullying as a proactive prevention protocol. So what I do is I typically integrate a lot of bullying lessons within the lessons that I do in every grade level for every classroom. And a way that I do that is, even just socializing the kids with different groups of people so there's more understanding. So there's not so much clique action going on, things of that nature. I do a lot of just conflict resolution strategies with them, which is really, really important for every grade level because I always explain to the students that, in all areas of your life, there's going to be people that you don't get along with. Someday when you graduate and you go into college and you go into the workforce, there's always going to be a mesh conflict of personalities. How do we deal with that in a healthy way? Of course, sometimes there's direct bullying going on between two students. So definitely I speak to the students individually about that. Hopefully we come together as a dynamic and we all work together to meet the best solution. We talk about how it's just much easier not to bully each other. It just is better for everybody. Parents do get notified and involved when that's needed, but we do try to teach the students to come up with these conflict resolution skills on their own and to practice them. But certainly parents are made aware. It's important that students tell us when this happens, because a lot of the times we don't even know. Unfortunately, I'm not with all the kids at every moment of the day to see everything that goes on. So having, whether they tell me directly or they tell a friend or they tell a teacher, any of those things would be great. It's always good for me to know, and I always want to make sure that I'm talking to all the students involved in all of those situations.
I know that students would come to you for maybe things that they're dealing with at home.
Yes.
And again, bringing your son or daughter here, you feel comfortable that you are with people that can take the time to address those concerns and really help the student out, not only on an educational basis, but emotionally. Emotional support is huge with these students as they're going through the teen years.
Right, especially because everything is a first for them. First heartbreak, first time they fail at a class that they're used to being number one in. So it's just getting through these little roadblocks that us as adults know, okay, this is just a bump in the road. To them, it feels like the end of the road. So expressing to them that failure is a part of success. You need to fail in order to succeed, and letting them know that this is just just a step.
For anyone who has not been inside of Marian, who has not taken a step inside Marian, you actually attended
Yes.
Marian. So
Yeah.
talk about your experience here and talk about how you can explain to someone maybe who hasn't been to Marian yet.
Oh, I love Marian because I feel like it's just the most nurturing environment. It was for me when I was here as a student, and nurtured, you know, my social abilities, academic, emotional, all of that. It really is a family environment, and I learned more about that when I left here, actually, even after I graduated. Part of when I was looking for a career, I looked to Mrs. Sheer. I was like, hey, Mrs. Sheer, like, do you know of any openings? And Marian just happened to have an opening, so we were able to network. So there's that constant network that you're building to help you get started in your career as well, which I think is really important.
Very good. Well, she said it all. And I mean, our slogan is an exceptional education rooted in faith, family, and tradition. And that is why, because you're taking the family atmosphere, you're taking the traditions, you're taking, you know, our faith and our family and putting that together. And Mrs. Sheer, you've been here how long?
Teaching this will be my 24th year.
I don't see any yearbooks without your picture in it. As I'm going through, I'm like, oh, Miss Sheer was here this year, Miss Sheer this year. So she's been here a very long time, and there's been a lot of improvements to Catholic education since you started.
And I'm thrilled to be in the position that I'm in because I could help with those changes.
Yeah, well, you can hear the excitement in both of you. It's, you know, it's something that you're passionate about, and it's something I feel that the community needs to hear as we grow the school and as we explore the things that you're doing new, especially with STEM, the waterfall schedule, and again, the theology-based courses as we extend the faith.
Welcome all faiths.
Welcome all faiths here at Marian Catholic High School. Check out our new website. We have a new website. It just launched. You will be able to participate in the capital campaign, in renovations of the school if you'd like. You can learn about our alumni association, our parent ambassadors. There's a lot of things going on the website, so please check that out. You could use Amazon and support the school just by shopping on Amazon and Amazon Prime. So there are a lot of good ways to get involved with helping Marian Catholic High School and keeping Catholic education alive here in the area. And that's our show for today on Let the People Know. We'll see you next time.